From what I understand, I mean, it's in all different areas from fuel efficiencies, logistics, loading, uh, crew safety, uh, anything where the utilization of a lot of data, if you can analyze it properly, can allow you to predict more accurately what may or could happen. So you can take decisions based on that. And in the area of shipping, there's many examples of where that could be deployed, technology of that nature, which is why I think it is so exciting for the shipping sector, some of these technologies coming through. One of the key challenges is just this is a new area of technology and developing laws, and some of the laws that are currently in existence don't really seem to fit very well in a kind of AI world, as it were. And it's the uncertainty that that breeds for industry. So as a lawyer, I'm not in a position of advising a client what the outcome is going to be. So client will come to us and say, can we do this? And there's an uncertainty, so I can't say, yes, you can, no, you can't. I can only say, well, this is my best estimation of what the position may end up being. And on a sort of balance of risks perspective, this is what we think may be the safest route from legal regulatory perspective. But it's very, very new and it's changing and developing. So we're not in that position of having the kind of certainty that we normally like to have as lawyers. Which, as I say, brings the challenge. If you are looking to implement AI in your organization, I think if you can do so, you need to start from square one and think, well, how am I going to manage this internally? You know, put some kind of governance structure around your deployment of AI. So those organizations that take a sort of holistic, careful approach to that sort of thing, this is what they've started to do. They've started to set up, I mean, we've done it in our own business because obviously law firms utilize AI in their own businesses. So we've got an AI committee. So we look at what we might possibly want to use the AI for, how we're going to implement it, how we're going to manage it, how we're going to sort of supervise it from our own organizational perspective, even before we start thinking about, you know, the wider legal regulatory issues that may be engaged. So I think that would be the starting position, is to form that kind of group within the organization to manage AI. I think you need to start looking at what use cases you might want to deploy it for. So, and you may even want to take a couple or maybe one and say, well, let's just run through how this would work. Let's take one use case, which is going to be deploying AI in this context. And now let's just work out how we're going to implement it, where we're going to get it from, how we're going to train it, how we're going to supervise it, how we're going to make sure it doesn't go wrong. And then when you start developing a framework and policies around maybe one use case, you can then roll it out more widely. But it needs to be carefully managed, I think.